My name is John Ackerman, and introduce yourself.
My name is Alumni, and I'm Ariella.
And where are you guys from?
I'm from Minnesota. And I'm from Houston.
Wait. Okay, Houston, Texas. I'm like semi-excited. We'll talk about it in a second. Where in Minnesota are you from? Okay, I grew up in Minnesota. I'm from, so originally Brooklyn Park, and then Hopkins, and then St. Louis Park. And now, so I heard you guys did the first snow already.
Yes, we did. We got let out of school early on.
You got let out of school early because it snowed in Minnesota?
Yeah.
What? How is that even possible? When I was a kid, we only had a couple days that school was canceled because it was cold. Which is probably something you guys never had. Never. Okay. So Plymouth, Minnesota. And how did you get involved in JSU?
I got involved in JSU because one of my friends at school told me about it, and I'm so grateful that she did because it has been a life-changing experience.
That is so exciting to hear. Do you know my good friend Mindy Deichman?
I do know your good friend Mindy Deichman.
So we grew up together. Her older brother, Sterling, was my best friend growing up.
I met him as well.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
He came to talk at our sushi in the Sukkah event last.
He's an incredible teacher and educator and leader, but he's also the kid that I grew up with and used to watch TV with him. Okay, very cool. All right, we'll do a little Houston now.
I love Jewish geography.
I also,
so fun.
but I've got some Jewish geography for you too.
I'm ready.
Do you know the Yanowitzes from Houston by any chance?
The daughter? Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
she is in high school.
I know the Yanowitzes.
They're my cousins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was actually,
gosh.
for the second days of Pesach this past spring, we were staying with them. So it's
And you were
been Yeah, I like Houston. It was a little disappointing because I was so excited for Houston. As a Minnesotan, which you probably appreciate, I was so excited for Houston. We get there, no cowboy hats, which, like, shock, like why? Why no cowboy hats? And no accents.
Okay, you have to come during the rodeo time.
I wanted to go to rodeo so badly.
That is the only time tourists should come to Houston. But also, like, we do randomly, like, Houston, I would say, like, a month ago, randomly the street had cowboys on horses.
Oh my God, so this is what I want.
And the road, you missed it.
As a kid from Minnesota, there's really only two things I want in Houston: warm weather and cowboy hats. I'm like, come on, like the weather was fine, but like when you go to Texas, you're like, okay, like give me the accents, give me the cowboy hats. I have it.
Right. Well,
Maybe
like,
next time.
in Texas, my name was Yael. I'm either called
Yael?
Yale or Yael.
Amazing.
So I just want to be here when you actually say it, Yael.
Well, I will tell you that you're lucky. At least you have a cool accent. As you are familiar with, we have the worst accents. I think. Oh my God. So my dad is Dad, I don't know if you're listening, but sorry. My dad has the most embarrassing accent. Like I'll go home, I'm like, hey Dad, like, oh hey John, welcome home. I'm like, no. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you betcha. And then he'll say something like, can I get you a beverage? Like, Dad, no one says beverage. It's just not even a word, and like no one says that. It's a written word. No one says, can I get you a beverage?
It's not about a soda.
I'm surprised you would even say soda. Like I grew up and it was pop. Also, that's the thing. I guess things are changing. But, anyway, cool to have you guys. Tell me, how did you find yourself in JSU president?
So I actually go to public school. I'm currently from Jewish school, and my mom kind of told me about JSU, and I was already involved in it, so I didn't know what JSU was. And she told me I should be the founder of JSU in my school. And at first I was like, no, it's too much work, like whatever, I didn't want to do it. And then I was like, well, to be honest, I really just want to see football.
I hear that. It's a good reason to get started. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's either that or free pizza, so like it's pretty good.
Literally. And then I really started loving it, and I thought it was so cool. And like I became a lot more involved in like planning the activities with the JSU director of my city, and like I worked really hard. There was a lot of pushback for making a Jewish club in my school, and I worked really hard to do it. And now I'm JSU president, and I got invited to JSU president conference. Shout out Robin Ossie Stern.
A good friend of mine, fan of the show, friend of the show.
Yeah.
He's great.
So he put me on, and I've been at JSU ever since.
I love it. And how did you find your way here?
2 years ago, I attended the President's Conference, and there was 4 people from Minnesota attending.
Really?
I didn't know anyone though, but it was a great opportunity to network and connect. And then this year, both Yael and I found ourselves on student executive board.
I love it.
And so we got to help plan some of the breakout sessions at the Boba Bar. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that.
Okay.
And yeah, it's going to be great.
Fantastic. And if there's one thing that you would want to take away from the President's Conference, what would it be?
I really enjoyed the networking opportunities and connections with everyone. Just the group learning is a great opportunity to each develop more education in the Jewish world, with Jewish identity, with Israel, with all sorts of fields.
Yeah.
And so just the opportunities that come to talking to someone you've never met is truly impactful.
I love it. What about you? What do you got? What do you want to say?
I want to take the same idea but make it more in like a personal connection. I really think it's important for Jewish kids in public school to know that they have such a safe space and community, and just like meeting all these people, they're your friends, they're your family. Like here, you're safe here, and it's so like yes, you like you network and you learn and you learn leadership stuff, but you also like you make friends and you make a family. And I think that's really important.
Amazing. If there's somebody here that you guys would want to shout out and thank, who would it be?
Well, already shout out, not just but also shout out Rabbi Lumner for I just finished the Olympic Shabbat Tov. That was incredible.
Outstanding.
So that was amazing. Everyone should go on the Olympic gap year. Shabbat Tov.
Yeah, definitely.
And, yeah.
I'd like to shout out Deanie Hats for
Oh, yeah.
her work, putting it together.
Jeannie is the greatest. She's the GOAT. Can I just tell you something? It a little bit ages me, but I was Deanie's advisor, and she was in NCSY. So I've been a fan for a very, very long time. So yeah, I will second your shout out.
Yeah, she's amazing. She really works so hard.
Is this your first time meeting Jeannie?
I met her on Friday night. I was actually invited to her house for Shabbos. So
Really? So you know my good friend Manu also?
I do, absolutely.
Oh,
and
wow.
Ezra and Eliana.
Of course, the whole
The best.
family.
Yes.
Oh, NCSY, Power Family.
Absolutely.
Right there. Okay, well, I think it's dinner time, so go eat. And guys, so nice meeting you. You know the Vikings won.
Yes,
I don't know if
heard.
you're
I
a
did.
sports fan at all. They were awful, but they won. So
Yes.
at least we'll take that.
Yes, well, thank you.
Okay, so nice meeting you guys. Okay, so why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from?
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from Kansas City.
I'm Noah, and I'm from Toronto, Ontario.
All right, welcome Alex and Noah. Did you guys know each other beforehand? Because it seems like you've been friends a long time.
We met each other 3 hours ago when I tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hey, man, what's your name?"
No way, that for real, that's what happened?
Yeah, it was at dinner. Yeah.
Were you a little weirded out that like this random guy from Kansas was coming after you and you know, like, okay, you know, American, like, keep your distance?
Well, surprisingly, no, because like I noticed that everybody at this like conference is really friendly.
Yeah.
And like you can go up to anybody and just start talking to them, get to know who they are.
It's like
So-
one big family here
Yeah,
almost.
exactly. It's like
Okay, how did you guys get here? Like, how did you hear about the program? Who brought you?
Well, I've been in JSU for a couple of years, and once I became the president, my director just sent me the information and told me she thought I'd have a lot of fun.
Do you know my good friend Maddie Fiddler?
I do know Maddie Fiddler. Maddie was my director last year, but my director this year is Shira.
Did you know that Maddie Fiddler just got engaged?
I did not. Good
Oh, Mazel Tov, on air, fantastic. Maddie Fiddler's engaged.
for
Mazel Tov.
Maddie's finding out about that right now.
It happened a couple days ago, yeah. I think on Thursday, yeah. In Israel. Maddie's engaged in Israel. Surprise, everybody! So I know Maddie a long time. Maddie is from Minneapolis, which is where I am from. And so I would love to say we grew up together. We did not, but once we had that mutual connection, we were obviously very excited.
Yeah.
So you're JSU director. Shira told you about it. How did you find out, Noah?
Well, it all started when my sister told me to join JSU.
Your
So
sister, older
yeah.
sister.
Yeah, my older sister.
Okay.
She's 2 years older than I am. She's
Got
in
it.
grade 12. I'm in grade 10 right now.
Okay.
She started off actually as a president. So she went to school. They found out that there was a club, and she just took over. And then when I came to the school, she's like, "No, you have to try this." And so I joined Torah High. I became a student there in ethics and Jewish values. And then I started going to all these Shabbatons and learn. And yeah, so it all basically stemmed from my sister.
Fantastic. Is she here?
No, sadly she isn't. She's a president this year, but she's in grade 12. She
What
has a lot of
happened? Oh, it's
schoolwork
just
to
too much
do.
going on. So you're the family representative.
Yeah.
A lot of
right now,
pressure.
yeah.
Okay.
But hopefully when I'm in grade 12, my little brother will come up and he'll be.
Oh,
the same
excellent.
place that
Keeping it in the family. I like it. I like it a lot. So if I could ask you guys, what's one thing while you're here, obviously big experience, what's one thing you'd like to take away from the President's Conference?
One thing I'd like to take away would just be kind of figuring out how to run meetings a little better.
Sure.
Super small scale, I think, but
Yeah.
I've noticed I have not really a great grasp on what I'm doing when I'm actually in meetings. I'm letting my director take over too much. I have an entire cabinet that I've appointed, and so far I don't.
You have a
know-
cabinet.
I have an assistant.
I
president.
love it.
I have a vice president. I have an assistant president. I have a secretary of defense.
I love
don't know
it.
what
You
that
have
guy
a
does.
secretary
I've got an
of
executive
defense.
liaison. That's not even a real thing. I've got a chief financial advisor. He doesn't do anything. well and truly, my cabinet are just trying their best, but I
Listen.
can't really figure out what I want them to do, and so I really love how to figure out how to organize my meetings a little bit better and lead them a
Okay,
little bit more.
that's fair. No, what about you?
Well, something I take away from the conference so far is that, like, even though we're all different kinds of Jews, like some
Right.
of us are like Ashkenazi, Sephardic, some
Sure.
of us are conservative, Reformed,
Yeah.
Orthodox, some
Sure.
even though we're all those different kinds of Jewish, it's like it's still so cool to me that we can all still come together,
Yeah.
have fun together, we celebrate. So even though we're all different, it's still fun to kind of see how we can all come together and we're still like one big family.
Excellent. So now you said you're a senior this year, right?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior this year. Okay, so you guys still have a little bit of time. You could take all the things that you learned this year, apply it next year, and come back and basically be running the show.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan. Well, you have a cabinet.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, your you could bring your Secretary of Defense, and you guys are all set.
Yeah, and he's gonna do nothing again.
I love it. What would be success? Meaning, you're here, you're in the program, you're here for a couple of days, you obviously have goals, but you go back to your JSU clubs, you go back to your hometowns, and you sit down and you tell your friends all about your experience. What does that look like? What does success after a program like this look like afterwards back home?
For me, it's level-headedness, I think. I'm checking with my head cut off these days with how I'm running these things. I would love to have a better grasp on what exactly I would benefit my club.
Right.
Because, personally, I don't exactly need a huge reminder on Jewish history, which is a lot of what we do. We focus on the historical side of things.
Sure.
Because I think 93% of my club is not Jewish, and so we're just teaching people about what Jewish people
Your
are.
ambassadors, really.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And I would love to have kind of a better idea on how to structure that kind of thing.
Sure. Okay. Fantastic. Noah, what do you think?
Sorry. So for me, I think it's just coming back and having a lot of new friends.
Yeah.
Right. So like meeting a bunch of new people, like I said before, like having a lot of new friends. Staying in touch with them is a big thing, but also learning how to better my club, how to create better like posters, how to try and invite more people in, how to create lessons more engaging, just a lot of stuff on how to learn. How to make my club a lot better.
Excellent. Okay, last question for you guys, and I'll let you go back to the program. What's your favorite Jewish food?
See, this is tough.
Very tough.
Because...
We ask the hard questions here.
Absolutely. See, there are 3 good answers to this.
Okay.
But the best answer to this
Yeah.
is very simple.
Yeah.
Arugula. Because
Really?
that covers such a broad range. You got chocolate, you got cinnamon, you got
Vanilla,
caramel.
sure,
Right.
yeah.
Because you can get such a diverse...
You say caramel?
Yeah, you don't
I
like
also say caramel. No, I say caramel, but
Yeah,
everyone
it's
here says caramel.
Oh, people say...
I say caramel.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
with you. We're
go
Midwest. We're Midwest. No, I'm with.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you on this. 100% it's caramel. Okay. So Rugelach, number 1. Okay. What else you got?
Well, for me, I was gonna say Rogalach too, but then I guess Babka is good.
Babka's good. You say babka or bamba? Babka is like the cake. Bamba is like the peanut butter snacks.
Yeah, I'd say I think Babka.
Babka. But is babka not just like the cake version of Rugelach? Or maybe Rugelach are kind of like the cupcake version of babka?
Yeah, I'd
You ever
say it's
think
like
of it
the
like
same
that?
thing, but like I like to have it in like bigger sizes.
I don't, totally. Well, what were the other 2? You said you had 3.
Yeah, brisket, but I think that's kind of hard to call a Jewish food.
I hear. It's like one of those things that we kind of like say, I kind of brisket, but it's hard to say brisket in general is a Jewish
Yeah.
food. But okay, we'll let you have it. What else?
Yeah, that and just matzo ball soup. It's
Matzo ball
not
soup. Classic.
good, but it's
What do you mean
iconic.
How is it not good? Are you having bad matzo ball soup?
Yes.
How does one even make bad matzo ball soup?
From a box.
Ooh. Next time you're in New York, if you're ever in New York, come over. I will make soup for you.
All right, I'm
You
gonna
will
hold you to
enjoy it. Okay. And least favorite Jewish food? Is there something that just like repulses you? There's only one real answer to this question, but like I want to hear what you guys have to say.
For me, it's gefilte fish.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That is the answer. That is the answer.
Yeah, it's the best one.
Yeah, it's the worst best
Yeah,
worst.
that's the best answer.
It's the best answer of the worst, right? Yeah, totally. All right, guys, this is great. I hope you have a great time at the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
And don't forget to follow us on
All right.
Instagram
Pleasure
and
meeting you.
Swipe Pulse. You too. Great meeting you. Thanks, guys. All right, great.